Hey everyone, my name is Anand and I'm working as a senior software engineer here at Velotio. I'm here today to talk about web accessibility. So let's dig right in. So, what is web accessibility? So, it means that websites and tools are designed in such a way that people with disabilities can use them and therefore perceive, understand, and interact with the web. The web is fundamentally designed to work for all people, whatever their hardware, software, language, or ability be. So when the web meets this goal, it becomes accessible to people with a diverse range of hearing, movement, sight, and cognitive ability. So why is web accessibility important? So web plays an important role in many aspects of life today, be it education, employment, healthcare, etc. So which makes it essential that the web is accessible in order to provide equal access and opportunity to people with diverse abilities. Web accessibility means considering all disabilities that affect access to the web, be it auditory, cognitive, speech, visual, etc. It also benefits people without disabilities, for example, people using mobile phones or smartwatches or any other device with a small screen, or maybe people who are getting old and have changing abilities due to aging, people with some temporary disabilities, say a broken arm or lost glasses, or let's say someone is in bright sunlight or in an environment where they cannot listen to an audio, or maybe people using a slow internet connection or where the bandwidth is expensive. Okay, so what are some best practices for web accessibility? So let's go through the tips for writing. So provide informative, unique page titles. So as you can see in this example, for each web page, we should provide a short title that describes the page content and distinguishes it from other pages. For example, if you go to facebook.com, you'll see a title saying facebook.com with a icon. So we can clearly distinguish that tab as facebook.com. Use headings to convey meaning and structure. So as you can see in this example, on the left side, there's a lack of headings, and on the right side, we have used headings and subheadings. So using short headings to group related paragraphs and clearly describe the sections. Similarly, good headings provide an outline of the content. Make link text meaningful. So, as the example says, on the left side we've just written "click here," but on the right side we have a very uh, meaningful text saying "read more about device independence." So we know that this link will talk about device independence. Keep content clear and concise. So we should use simple language and formatting as appropriate for the context, and write in short, clear sentences and paragraphs. As you can see on the right side, we've used an image and we've used a list item with pointers, so it's easier to read and uh, it becomes easy to access. Okay, let's look at some tips for designing now. So provide sufficient contrast between foreground and background. So as you can see on the left, the color is too light to be read, but if we have a black color on the white background, it's more readable. Don't use color alone to convey information. So in the left side, you can see we've used red color to uh, convey the error, but on the right side, we've used an asterisk mark also. So uh, this this can be helpful for people who are colorblind. They will be easily understanding what this asterisk means. Ensure that interactive elements are easy to identify. So we should style links so that they stand out from text. So you can see if we have a different style for hover and focus and click, so it's uh, easy to identify. Provide easily identifiable feedback. So as you can clearly see, we've clearly mentioned that email address and a comment, email address is invalid and a comment is required. So this is another thing. Okay, tips while developing. So we should associate a label with every form control. So this is how it looks and this is how it is written. So there should be a username uh, label if we are providing an input. Similarly, help users avoid and correct mistakes. So as you can see on the left, we've already given an example that the phone number should be in such format. Ensure that all interactive elements are keyboard accessible. So think about keyboard access, especially when developing interactive elements, uh, such as menus and mouse overs, because there can be a case that the person is not able to navigate via a touchpad or a mouse. Also include alternative text for images. So there can be a case where the person is using screen reader, for instance. So we should define an alternative text for images so that it can be read by the screen reader. Okay, so let's look at some uh, live example. So I have a piece of code which I'm going to share, and then we can see how the screen reader uh, reads it. So this is how an accessible page looks like. So we've used semantic HTML elements for better accessibility. If you can see there, the list item is already in a UL, and I've not kept it outside of the UL. And we have clear headings. We've used a paragraph also. Similarly, there's a form with a label for accessibility. We've also given the input an ARIA label, which will be read by the screen reader while using it. Uh, we have a button which has a ARIA label with an accessible click on click event. Similarly, there's an image with an uh, alternative text and an area label. So um, if we now go and see it in the browser, so now if we navigate using the control option and right and left keys, uh, move here, so we can see that this is a list of 3 items. So so it clearly says homepage link, and similarly for about and contact, because we had defined area labels for all these three. And now if I move out of this navigation, it reads the heading, welcome to my accessible page. Similarly, it will read the paragraph as well. It says username, and enter your username because we had added an area label in the input field as well. Similarly, this is a button and we had added an area label, click me button, which it showed, and a cute kitten image because we had added an area label here too, and alt text. So this is how you make your website accessible so that it can be read by a screen reader as well.